For years, the circumcision of boys and men has been declining as it's deemed unnecessary. The World Health Organization is currently reviewing their stance on the practice, and in Australia things are changing. There has been new research to suggest a circumcised penis can reduce your risk of HIV infection. So do we need to routinely circumcise baby boys for medical benefit, or is it simply inhumane? Whether it's a conversation over the dinner table between parents or a media debate involving the royal family, nothing seems certain when it comes to chopping your foreskin off.
Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav. As a cantor, I'm trained in our liturgy and sacred music, and we come to spirituality in order to lead our people. If you look at the Bible, the 5 books of Moses, our Torah, it tells us that God commanded Abraham to circumcise himself, his newborn son Isaac, and his 13-year-old son Ishmael. Abraham didn't go, "Oh, what does circumcision mean?" So the practice must have existed prior to that time. Our history goes back a good 2,500 to 3,000 years or more, and it's probably as old as anything we do.
There are just over 5,500 boys born in Brisbane each year, and we're doing about 3,000 circumcisions a year. I have never had a transfusion, never had a systemic infection, and of course never lost a penis. And they're the major risks of any sort of circumcision. I'll only do circumcisions if I can do them with the plastibell. The way it works is that that ring fits inside the foreskin and then it's clamped around the outside with string. The head of the penis sits there and he wheezes through the hole.
What, pray tell, sir, is a circumcision?
Oh, it's the latest rage. The ladies love it.
Well, I want one.
Oh, I'll take 2. Hey, put me down too, man. I get one.
The business of actually performing the surgical procedure on the boy takes a few seconds. The baby screams a little bit often. Sometimes the baby is very quiet. Different children react different ways.
You'd crush across there with the bone crusher and just slice the surplus skin off with a scalpel, peel the edges back, put a dressing on, and the baby went back to the nursery.
There have been some terrible accidents where the head of the penis, the glans, has been damaged or even cut off, and of course that's a horrendous complication. I wouldn't want to suggest that that's common, but it definitely has occurred.
Some Orthodox circumcision practitioners actually grow their thumbnail and sharpen it to use as the instrument for removing the foreskin.
It always used to be done without any form of anesthesia. But I use an anesthetic cream, and that cream has converted what was a relatively painless procedure into one that can be totally painless.
One might actually equate these forms of circumcision to the now notorious procedure called mulesing, which has caused so much unhappiness in the sheep and wool industry. seems a little exaggerated, but I can see no reason why we should be anxious about what we do to sheep if we're not also anxious about what we do to little boys.
A person's life is the most important thing. A circumcision would never be performed if the medical advice was that the boy's life could be placed in danger. It simply wouldn't happen, as important a ritual as it is.
The commonest problem with circumcision is that not enough skin is removed because one's being anxious about not to remove too much. And the outcome then is that there's a little rim of skin remaining where the foreskin had been, and it's what we call the frilly lizard look. It leaves quite a dissatisfied customer later on.
Circumcised.
Circumcised.
I'd probably go for uncircumcised.
I can't really say that I'm ever aware of any parents having their boys circumcised for aesthetic reasons.
They think it looks prettier, to the fact that grandmother thinks it looks prettier, or dad's been circumcised, or whatever. I think one needs to have a reasonable conversation with the parents about this, and one should try and discourage them from having this done. It's not always possible, but that's one should try and have a sensible conversation.
It seems circumcision will always be talked about. Yes, it's a private issue. It's a matter of choice, a matter of religion, and it looks like neither the practice nor the debate is going anywhere soon.